Australia was discovered by Europeans in 1770. Although colonisation of the continent was initially quick, exploration thereafter was slow. 60 years passed, and the continent's heart was as much a mystery as in 1770. Thomas Maslen was disappointed by this. The interior of the continent was, on almost all maps, a literal blank canvas. So he wrote a book named The Friend of Australia. In his words, it was a plan of expedition offered to the politician, the philosopher, and to the naturalist. Some of the inner land of Australia was known to be arid desert, so Maslen proposed that camels should be used to map the subcontinent. In his handbook, Maslen provided a handy map where Australia is split into two parts by a vast river delta. To the north, there is Australindia, so named for its cultural contact and proximity to Indonesia. To the south, there is Anglicania, the part of the continent that the British had settled. When we compare this map to Australia as we know it now, the map is, to be polite to Maslen, a little bit wrong. How on earth did he get it so wrong? The story starts over to the east of the continent. The Macquarie River is part of the wider Murray-Darling Basin. It flows counterintuitively westward, away from the sea, a feature which was only known to Europeans under a select few circumstances. In Europe, there is the River Danube. It is Europe's most traversed river, and it flows through 19 modern countries, and many dozens of subsidiaries flow into it away from their closest ocean. The Danube carries the water counterintuitively away from the sea. In the United States, there is the Mississippi River. There, the Ohio River flows away from the Great Lakes into the Mississippi. Agreements surrounding American independence were built on the assumption that Mississippi was far larger than it turned out to be. For a river to seemingly pull water away from the Great Lakes, it was understood that it must be huge. In all of European experience, there were examples of rivers flowing away from the sea, but only if they were pulled that way by a substantially larger body of water. The belief that there must be a large river on the Australian subcontinent had a large amount of merit and basis. Its absence would go against all of European understanding and thought at the time. That the Macquarie River flowed northwest had spurred Maslen's imagination. It must mean that there was a vast river basin pulling it up. This river must come out somewhere near Roebuck Bay. The recent discovery of the rivers which descend from the Blue Mountain Ranges in eastern Australia has solved the question of whether there is an estuary on the northwest coast. There must be some large stream or channel in the interior of Australia which pours its masses of water into the ocean. This would mean land to explore, resources to exploit, and natives to educate about God. Maslen hadn't caused the increased interest in exploration that he'd hoped for. The inland was unknown for much of the 19th century. Though Frank Hann, in 1897, discovered that, relatively near to Roebuck Bay, rivers again flowed inland. There he found a vast body of water, an inland lake. For a moment, he thought that he had found Australia's inland sea. Quickly, he realised that this was not the colonists' dream. Upon closer inspection, the lake was saltwater. With disappointment firmly placed in his mind, he had named the lake Lake Disappointment. Australia's dead heart was, and remains, a begrudgingly accepted fact. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video topic, you can hit the like button, and if you want to see more like it, then let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more of what I've made. Have a good day.